What's good, YouTube? Today I ask you, why do we crave humility? Why do we want to be humble? Why is being humble a good trait? Well, put simply, ego, I don't consider pride. It is used interchangeably and colloquially, sometimes a substitute for like pride, but I feel like ego is like just a sense of self. That is like the most simple way to describe ego. There's nothing wrong with ego. There's nothing wrong with having a sense of self. But there is a flaw with an abundance of pride and inability to see that there are others outside of your scope. Think about any villain, a cliche villain. They have pride in their abilities. They send underlings. They send them in droves, piece by piece. Oh, you beat this guy. No way you're gonna beat this guy. They don't have humility, right? Think of someone who uses testosterone to get in shape. They don't have humility, and there's fragility behind their physique because they know it comes from something that they can't do on their own. Take someone who uses Ozempic, not for health reasons, but because they want to get in shape, but they don't want to put in the work to get in shape, right? Yeah, they're in shape, but now they're afraid to eat because they didn't learn how to eat this much, eat these particular macros so you look good. They're you know what I'm saying? There's a certain fragility that comes behind having too much pride, especially pride that doesn't come from something you built. There's a difference in the pride Vegeta or even the Escanor has versus like a conceited pride that comes from like this cliche villain. And the thing about Rimuru, despite being a demon lord, if you will, he still has humility. He still has like that kind of humanity. Because his greatest power isn't his abilities. His greatest power is his willingness to learn, listen, and bring himself to another person's level, so to speak, to pick something up. Because he was a salary man when he first came, bro. A regular human, that's a grunt. Not to say I don't mess with salary workers, you know what I'm saying? Business, bender workers, office workers. But he was like a grunt. Humanity, especially Japan, a very collective society. So like this idea of unity and working together, and we make society better, not society makes me better and I do this by myself. Not that individualistic, but like a we. And because of that we, he's not afraid to lean on others. When he first meets Veldora, they strike up like a friendship. When he first comes out the cave and the monster's like, oh my god, this is God. Look at all his aura. He doesn't go like, yeah, serve me. Get on your knees. Start feeding me grapes and fanning me with leaves. You know what I'm saying? Instead, he names those monsters. He empathizes with their situation, names them, and solves their problem. It has nothing to do with him, but he solves their problem. Because they were getting bullied, they were getting pushed around. Even in the way Satoru Mikami passes. Someone was gonna stab, was it little bro? It was either his little bro, not like his actual brother, but like a junior worker, or the junior worker's girlfriend. And he pushed them out the way. I think it was the worker, his junior worker. He pushed his junior out the way and took the blade for him. That's how he passed. I'm the senior. He ain't had no girlfriend at like 30 years old. He's the loser but instead of putting his life above the life of his junior, he took the responsibility that came with his age. That's humility. That is like who Rimuru is. He befriended Veldora, not for ulterior motives, you know what I'm saying? But just because the nigga was lonely. Oh man, even trying to hear all about himself, bro. Oh man. What's good, broski? Right like that. You feel me? He builds alliances instead of conquering. He's a monster, but he has humanity because he's still a human. And that's why he makes those 3 rules when he first names the monsters. But don't attack no humans, don't do these. It's because he's human. But this is the thing, all these other monsters are human too. Because they have emotions, they have family members, they have the ability to think and perceive other people and what they need and what those other people want and how they could be hurting them. That's the restraint that comes with like humanity. And that's what Rimuru does. He creates a town of monsters who aren't just like, oh, I'm gonna take whatever I want to take, a town of monsters who instead like reflect and think internally and go like, man, we're not like hurting the forest. You know, we plant anything we use, we plant so the balance stays maintained. You feel me? He makes the alliance with Dorgon. He don't even like they accuse us because of I can't remember his name. But like the little, you know what I'm talking about, the annoying little bruh. Ooh, his name's right there. But the dude who works under the king accuses him of all types because he helps I can't remember his name either. It starts with a K. I'm gonna just say Kaiju. Off the top of my head, Kaji, something like that. He helps him with his work order, which is supposed to be impossible, right? And then he gets accused of, oh, it's a monster. He's da 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 da. And instead of destroying that kingdom, breaking out of prison when they first put him in the cell, oh no, it's cool. I'll stay in here. I'll chill until y'all figure it out. That's the humility, the humbleness that comes with Rimuru's character, right? And when you get to like this kind of, that's what I'm looking for, this like climax of the story, this like, not climax, but it's turning point where Formless attacks, and one of them goblins, yo, they some, not heartless, they some hurtful ass. He said, yeah, when the humans attack, I just remember you told us not to attack us, so we couldn't do nothing but let them whoop our ass. And when he realized like his rules allowed other people to pass, allowed one of his day ones to pass. I said, it's hard to put on the mask. Hold on, like he said, I need to be alone. Puts on a mask. This mask hides your entire magical presence. He makes the mask crack off aura, bruh. But in that moment, he realizes that his naivety had consequences. His like overly optimistic approach had consequences. Humility and naivety and foolishness are not always the same. I was gonna say they're not always the same thing. They're normally never the same thing. They're all three different words. So it's like humility is not always naivety. It's like just because I'm being humble doesn't mean I don't understand that like my net worth is 15 times more than yours. And say we're both social activists. You have this problem. I agree. I want to support the cause. It doesn't mean I don't realize that I can put some bread into this cause and make this next level. Like humility is not stupidity. It's the ability to lower yourself to better understand, to empathize, so to speak. And when he realized that people pass because of his decisions, he realized that his humility doesn't mean he has to be harmless. Remember the thing he said to Shizu? I'm a good slime slurp. I'm a person. I'm a slime, yes. But I'm not gonna let what these define as good or bad, or my human constraints of good or bad, keep me from bringing my niggas back alive. He murdered hundreds of thousands of people justifiably. But some of them, a lot of times with soldiers, just following orders. He murdered them niggas because it meant he could bring his people back. And with more power, he can prevent more war. He weighed that decision, that impossible decision. And he did that. And after sliming all them niggas out, he didn't lose his humility. He still like to chill. He went in his village chilling. Even in the OVAs, he put them on the like sumo. He be teaching cooking, all types of, his whole thing is to make a nation where people can live with the luxuries he had in human life. And he can provide that to everyone. He makes the roads, which make travels better. All of that. But when he wiped out that army for his own evolution, for the sake of bringing people back, that was showing the dark side of responsibility. He had to do something. He had to make a decision, because I'm not just thinking for me. My decisions, whether I hesitate, can cost people lives. That's not him abandoning his humility. It's redefining what his humility is. It's showing like, yeah, I'm humble, but I'm not stupid, bro. You're not gonna play me for a fool. Because sometimes to protect other people, I can become something truly terrifying. Truly terrifying. And I'm not gonna regret that, because it's what I had to do. And when he revived his people, it showed that despite all that power he got, he still held back on his, he still followed through with his promise. He's still emotionally grounded. People still matter, right? He stays human. In whatever way of the word you like, take that. He keeps his humanity. He doesn't flex his power when he's a demon lord. Only he slaps around when he gets in that room is claiming, despite there could have been other niggas in there he probably could have whooped. Some of them is his hidden demons, but some of them is in there he could have whooped. But power, true power at least, you don't need to prove yourself. A lot of times the loudest dog is a chihuahua. I'm gonna not say that so Peter don't say not. But like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dogs is chihuahua, and a lot of us can really get rid of a chihuahua, right? So strong power, you don't need to prove yourself. When you have that type of power, it's shown by the fact that your power in of itself commands a certain type of respect. People listen to you, right? Benny Morrow, real demon. That's his ride or die. He's about to slime out Milan because she put the barrier up that got smoked out. That's Rimuru having true power. Him not needing to say, oh, I'm da-da-da. We're the best military. No. I care about my people, but I'm not going to let them get stomped on. My connection to them, my emotions regarding them is not a weakness. I'm just aware of how that makes me feel, and you need to know the lines I'm willing to cross to get there. The early Rimuru was too trusting. The Rimuru after balanced, and this is with like a encyclopedia in his dome's key. Just as a person, he's too trusting. No matter how much power you have, it's your responsibility to determine how you wield it. Power is only a tool. It's kind of an ends to a means. You have to put a meaning to it. It has nothing to do with it being an identity. It goes back to the price of power, right? You can be the strongest, but who you are determines how you use that strength. That's what that is. And when he pulled up on Falmouth, after that, well, they put up on him first, but when then Hakuru said, I feel true pity for you. You've angered the one you shouldn't anger. That's humility. People know not to cross you, not in fear of like, oh, this is a dominating figure who tortures his own allies. No. This is someone who cares for his own people. And I'm this angry that you double cross us like this. This is gonna obliterate your shit. That's true dedication. You know what I'm saying? Rimuru doesn't get stronger despite his humility, or he doesn't get weaker because he has humility. He gets stronger because of it. It intertwines, right? The moment, the emotions, all of that he's experiencing makes him stronger. Like when power becomes your identity, you already have lost control of that power. Because power, like I said, is kind of an ends to a means. If I'm saying that right. Or a means to an end, however you say it. The point I'm trying to make is power is something that you acquire for something. If you have power with no direction, it's not true power. You're just swinging around the sword. A true swordsman, shout out Mihawk, could cut an entire building with a toothpick. But if you think you're a real swordsman because you can cut whatever, look how Zoro hit the leaf ain't get cut. Hit the stone got cut. Intention, power needs direction. Rimuru proves that the strongest in the room don't need to act like this dominating figure. He holds his dignity and all of that, yes. But I don't need to tell niggas what to do. When Malene pulled up, hit her with the honey. Hey! True power is not loud, and for damn sure, it's not arrogant. Rimuru shows us, step by step with each decision that he makes, that humility humbles. Humility is a true source of power. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out the Discord community. I'll link it down in the description. Shout out my guys. I've been enjoying making these breakdown videos. I got more coming. I appreciate you for tuning in, making it to the end. Comment down below your favorite Teen Shura character or skill. But yeah, without further ado, catch you in the next. Peace. Yeah, that was pretty loud.